What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome in to the CHGO Bulls post-game. Coming to you live from our studios here in West Loop, downtown Chicago. I'm Peck. You can follow me on Twitter at Bulls_Peck. Join my guy in studio, Big Dave. Bow! BAWL Sports is this man's handle. Our guy, Kevin Wells, rocking the controls in the producer's chair.
Yo, what's happening?
What up, Kev?
What's going on?
Long time no see.
Let's get this regular season rolling.
Let's do it, baby.
Yeah. He's another young adult.
He is.
He is an adult.
They have their own genre for literature. Our guy, Willie Gogali, will join us from the United Center later on in tonight's post-game show. The Bulls wrap up their preseason action with a 114-105 loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah.
First things first, Dave. Good news. 114 is not 150.
Yes. Even
so,
even
you
better.
got to be happy.
Oh, even better news. It doesn't count.
It doesn't
so
count.
I don't care. Yes. Correct. Oh, what an awesome time. The preseason is done. I don't have to think about it anymore. Now I can move on to the real deal. We can get the meal now. Now you got that punk-ass salad out the way.
The real deal meal?
Real deal meal. Bring me the good stuff. Put it on the plate. Let's do it right now. I'm hungry. I know y'all are hungry for basketball. I'm starving. I can't wait.
I'm always hungry.
This is facts.
You know this.
This is facts.
Lots to talk about in tonight's game. Zach LaVine sits with what the Bulls called an illness. Yeah. Also, no Andre Drummond out tonight for personal reasons.
Yes.
We'll see from Billy if there's any more intel on those two players and their absences tonight. In their absences, Ayo Dosunmu gets a start for Zach LaVine. I thought Ayo played well tonight. We can talk about that later, but let's start with the guy that we've been spending a lot of time talking about this preseason, the guy fighting for his starting job at the power forward spot, Patrick Williams.
Yes.
Who, yes, shot 3 of 12 tonight, Dave. Yes, of that 3 of 12, 0 of 7 from downtown. But I tell you what, I liked the Patrick Williams we saw in tonight's game as much, if not more, than the Patrick we saw in the game against Denver when the Big Three sat. He was aggressive. I liked when he had his open looks and took them. I liked some of the playmaking he was doing. I liked the way that he was working on the boards. I liked the way that he tried to dunk over Rudy Gobert. He had an awesome baseline dunk for his first 2 points of the game. That's great to see. You also saw him driving aggressively several times throughout the night. I don't care that he went 0 of 7 tonight. Patrick Williams has proven to be a 40% three-point shooter in his NBA career. Not worried about an 0 for 7 night. I love the fact that he took 7 threes, and I love the fact that he was aggressive, trying to catch bodies. That's the version of Pat that I've been crying out for repeatedly.
Oh, cry some more, Matt, because he heard your cries.
Tears.
He heard it. Let your tears flow, sir. Let it flow. Oh, it was great. No, it was really, really awesome to see him be like that. And you're right. This is the one I liked more. And it's funny, it's the one he shot the poorest in.
Yeah.
And I liked it more than any game in the preseason that he's had.
3 of 12, and I'm like, yeah, Pat, let's go.
More of that 3 of 12. Go 4 of 20. We don't care. But we just wanted to see the aggression. I didn't care, like I said, I don't care if he hits the broadside of a barn, man. Just take the shot when it's there. Go up for the dunk. The one going up for the dunk on Gobert kind of told me everything about how he was feeling tonight.
Man.
You want to go do something like that? Oh, yeah. You feeling frisky. You feeling spry right there. So I liked it. Him fumbling the ball when he was about to go for a dunk. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. It was the fact that he knew what to do, and he couldn't wait to do it, and that happens. He got really excited because he knew what he was about to do with that basketball, man. But, yeah, he getting the rebound, bringing it down. The handles look better. Like, you know why they look better? Because he was aggressive. That's why. He wasn't thinking. And I can sit there and watch this game, and when I go watch it back, because I guarantee you I'm going to, when I go watch this stuff back, the things that stood out to me when I watched it just this time is the fact that he was not thinking. He was just doing. He was like, nope, oh, here go, boom, 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 boom. Matt, The play where he put his shoulder into that man's chest and sent his ass back to Kalamazoo.
And it was a little step back midi that rimmed in and out.
Listen.
But the body he put on that guy.
Body on that man, dog.
It was the most excited I saw Dave all night, honestly.
I was charged, man. I was charged. Sent him back to Kalamazoo. I was charged up. It was awesome. And it's just, that's the stuff I want to see, because how many times do I have to tell you you're a train?
Yeah.
Like, you're a freight train, dog. Nobody wants to compete with you and body up against you. You're huge. And he showed that. And again, once he did it, it felt like nothing, looked like a flea bit him. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, okay, all right. I'm going back down the floor. Let me do some more stuff. He is a freak of nature when he wants to be. And he needs to tap into those powers. He did tonight. Again, the misses, he did a lot of that. The missed dunk opportunity, like I talked about, he did that as well, man. But again, we didn't care. It was the aggression that we wanted to see, and he showed it all night.
Plenty of y'all out there in Bulls Nation watching along. Thank you for joining us, tuning in to this Pat convo. Emilio saying, hopefully it's not the one time a month that Pat shows this kind of game. Ostis Jr. saying Pat being constantly engaged and focused is a mythical figure like headband LeBron or masked Kobe. Engaged Pat. Luke saying, yeah, we liked it because it actually looked like Pat wanted to shoot. Ben Him 922 saying, at this point, it's about consistency. The fact that Matt is saying this Patrick Williams, you just never know from game to game which Patrick you're going to get. Yeah. Patrick Williams is like a box of chocolates, apparently.
Oh, shout out Tom
Did Mama
Hanks.
Gump teach us nothing?
Me and Kev was having a Tom Hanks conversation earlier.
Well, of course you were.
Why wouldn't we?
Why wouldn't we?
Come on.
Why wouldn't we? But yes, man, like that's what I've been sitting here talking about the whole time is the consistency of it. This is what was angering, a lot of fans out there, is it would show a little bit and then you wouldn't see it for a couple of games. And then it would go away. And then you might see a little glimpse of it, and then you wouldn't see it for a couple more games. Then you definitely wouldn't see it. And then he'll do it one more time, and then, go back and chill. But this one, it just looked different. It was the dribbling for me. It really was. It was the way he was putting the ball on the floor and making the move. How many times did you jump out of your seat because of a move that he made? Take that shot. How many times you say, oh, shit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was plenty of times we did that, man. Whether it was a turnaround, whether it was a move he made inside to get to the rim, whether it was just taking the three, it was just simple stuff. He was like, oh, shit. Damn, you really can do that? That's in your bag? Like, you got that? Yes, you really do have that. Didn't care that you missed it, like Matt said. Did not give a damn. We just wanted to see it. Now I just need him to believe it every game.
Every game.
Just need you to believe
Pat,
it.
please.
That's it.
I'm begging you.
Oh, the teasing.
Our guy Mark K hanging out in the comments saying, just need Billy to bench him every other game, and we should get 41 good Pat games this season.
I will take 41 good Pat games, man.
I
We're
would.
a better fucking team when that happens.
I mean, so like it's been a mixed bag of Pat this preseason.
Sure.
It's been a mixed bag of Pat since we drafted him.
It's true.
This is a contract year for this young man.
It's a big one.
He has a lot to prove. He has a lot to gain, potentially, and he also has a lot to lose.
Yeah.
If he takes this season and grabs it and says, I'm going to show the best version of myself that this team and this league has seen thus far, and do so, and in doing so, help the Bulls be a better and more competitive team this season, that opportunity is staring Pat in the face.
Yeah.
And I know we've talked a little bit in these preseason games about what Torrey Craig has shown, the vet coming in, and whether or not he is fighting Pat, not just challenging him, but fighting him for that starting spot. I think I saw somebody in the comments mention the fact that, look, most likely Pat was going to end up with this starting spot to start the season.
Yeah.
Whether or not he necessarily proved he earned it with his preseason minutes, but because this front office has a vested interest in him.
True.
There is no denying that.
Yeah.
For all of the trade talks and trade rumors that the Bulls have been involved in over the last couple of years, what do we hear about Patrick Williams? Yeah, no. Not trading him.
Not trading that dude. No.
So it would be nice to see him actually earn this starting spot and continue to show that he deserves it in the first 10 to 15 games of the regular season.
I feel that, and I'm just this is why we're excited about what we saw.
Yeah.
We're like, oh my God, yes, you can do this right here all the time, and we will be super happy for you. Again, it was just the fact that he wasn't thinking. It was just the fact that it was plain old reaction, plain old basketball going on out there.
Yeah.
He and Coby White had a little something going on earlier, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And it was just really great to see. Again, I talked about that, how I want them out there because I want them together because it feels like they have a rapport, and they always have since Pat got here. So I want to see more of that. Give me more. And just more, Pat. That's the word right now, man. Give me more. I just want more and more of this. Allow me to hype this shit up for you, bro. I promise you I will. But you have to continue to believe it.
Yeah.
And that look on his face. See, when you're playing like that, then the looks on your faces don't bother people.
Right.
Then when people say, how come he doesn't do anything? He's not never making any noise or nothing like. Then you just look like a stone killer to people. You're like, oh man, don't mess with him. He's not saying anything. It's just the fact. And when the shots weren't going in, it was just what you were doing made you look like that kind of dude.
Speaking of Pat and Coby and the way that they've been working together in these preseason games, Chocolate Salty Bulls in the comments
My man.
said, all aboard the Coby train.
Woo-woo.
Trade Zach. Coby will pick up the slack. I don't know if we're going to go that far right now, but I did. Did you see Cowley's tweet like halfway through the first quarter tonight?
Well, I'm sure it was snarky.
Oh, my God.
What'd he say?
So, like it was right when the Bulls went on that little like 10-0 spurt midway through the first quarter, and like different guys were getting looks. The ball was moving around. It was looking pretty. Cowley tweeted, this is what the Bulls will look like when they trade Zach at the deadline.
Oh, yes.
And it attached to it was a gif of him throwing a grenade.
Never misses a chance.
This is what Cowley does.
This is what he does, man.
Oh, my goodness.
A master at his craft.
Let us talk about the fact. Coby, nothing eye-popping on the box score tonight. I do love that he put in work on the boards.
Yes.
Grabbed 6 defensive rebounds. You love to see that from your guards. And Coby has continued to show his ability to do work on the glass as a guard who is 6'5". But just some of these plays, some of these passes, the way that you're seeing him read the floor in transition and in half-court offensive sets, it's like night and day. Like when Ayo had a fast break late in the game, and it like he was like 1-on-2, I'm going to try and split these defenders, and just ran out of court and was flying past the baseline. What did you say? You said, that's young Coby.
Yep,
that's what that was.
That's all that is.
Like when you compare and think back to Coby as a ball handler, a primary ball handler in like his second season with the Bulls, to what we're seeing in these preseason games, it's so much better.
And just even to add to that, remember later in the game, Coby had that same opportunity where it was like 1-on-3. And what did Coby do? Pulled the ball out, waited, then he attacked and went up and scored. Like, that's the Coby White. I'm like, that's new Coby. I was like, that's the difference right there, because he would have put his head down and ran right into that fire. But no, he said, wait a minute. Let me get a hose first and put this fire out from here, then go in the building and save everybody. Yes, that is what we like. Coby White has been awesome in the paint, Matt. Like you said, 13 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, I think a steal as well.
2 steals.
2 steals, excuse me. But him getting to the paint and him getting inside continues to be a problem, because he has done that. You want to talk about consistency. He has constantly done that this preseason. He has shown it, and it's not just going in just to go in there. He's got a plan when he goes right there. Oh, no, I'm going to pull this jumper from the mid-range. Oh, no, you're going to get this ill layup. Man, that scoop layup he had when he finished, it was pretty.
Right.
Like, Coby is doing shit out here, man, and it looks really good. Starting point guard for the Bulls. That is what he is. Start him.
Ben, him, and Luke also mentioning in the comments that Coby could have easily had many more assists on his box score tonight had people been making their shots.
Tons of misses from 3.
I mean, yes.
Tons.
Like the Bulls as a team only registered 25 assists tonight. It could have easily been 40 if guys were knocking down their shots.
And Coby wasn't hitting his threes either.
No. Coby and Pat combined, 1 of 14 from downtown tonight.
And Coby hit the one.
1 of 7 for Coby, 0 of 7 for Pat. But speaking of those threes that were getting launched, I saw our guy AK threw us a super chat. If you want to throw that up, Kev, talking about the improved shot profile meets discombobulated continuity. I know we were missing Zach in his preseason, but this team doesn't look together. I'm just going to take the first bit of that super chat and thank you, AK, for it, because I don't worry, I'm with you. I have some concerns about this team still. But the improved shot profile, what was I complaining about after their 4th preseason game?
Oh, my God.
How are you only taking 26 threes and also not getting to the free throw line? The 2 things that this team's front office and head coach were hammering on in the offseason and leading into training camp. Yeah, the Bulls shot poorly from deep tonight, 11 of 36 for barely 30%. But you know what they did? They took 36 threes, a normal amount of NBA three-point attempts.
Attractive.
Like, I'm fine with Pat going 0 for 7. I am fine with the Bulls shooting 30% tonight in a meaningless preseason game if you took 36 and they were good threes.
Yeah.
They were creating good looks with ball movement and off-ball player movement. What have we been asking for? And after their fourth preseason game, when they shot 11, barely double-digit, 11 free throws, they took 27. Yes. 24 of 27 free throws.
Yes.
So great. AK, I know your super chat comment was largely heaving some sarcasm towards Bulls fans, and I get that.
He's a fan.
But when you're talking about improved shot profile, tonight actually was it.
That was it.
I'll take that. I'm taking minor victories right now.
Oh, no, it's preseason. It's all about the minor victories right now, man. We just wanted to see the things that they said they were going to do and that we knew they needed to do to be a better basketball team. What do they need to work on? Why are the starters out here in the fourth quarter? Because of the things they need to work on. Billy understands it, so that's why these guys are out here. So, yes, the three-point shooting was important. Yes, the free throw shooting is important. Yes, the shot profile is important. Yes, running the new offense they're running with the ball screens, getting multiple guys touching the basketball. All of that shit is important and important in the preseason, things they need to work on. So, yes, these are definitely minor victories, and we celebrate them because we wanted to see them. You saw what happened when we couldn't see them. This man over here lost his damn mind. So when we couldn't see it, that's what it's going to be. But we saw it. It looked good. Yes, the shots will fall, and that's why we're not tripping on. And again, one more guy, Matt, we talked about who has actually done everything that we've asked him to do in this preseason.
I know you're about to tell me.
Tell him.
You're about to talk about DeMar DeRozan, aren't you?
DeMar DeRozan.
Get out of my head.
DeMar DeRozan.
But actually, don't get out of my head. Stay in my head.
I will be there.
Because I like it when you're in there.
I will be right there. Get my chair ready. I'm sitting down. Oh, man, dude. Everything. We were like, man, DeMar's got to shoot more threes, and DeMar's got to handle the ball a little more and get everybody involved. The whole preseason, that is all he's done, and definitely tonight. And when he takes his threes, what I like so much, it's confidence. He steps into it like he's been doing it forever. He just steps into it and lets it fly. And if he makes it or miss it, it doesn't matter. You have to take it when it's available. And he's been hitting them. You know what I'm saying? That at a clip that's okay, that's serviceable for a guy like DeMar DeRozan. I will take that. But it's the passing, Matt. That is what we're seeing. He made one pass that made you even be like, oh, snap. That was a hell of a pass right there from DeMar DeRozan, man.
He had more some of that slick, like quick bounce passes to a rolling Vooch in the paint tonight. He had a couple of nice cross-court passes tonight.
Yes.
And it's what I asked of DeMar.
Yeah.
When we were doing our Prove It segments, I was like, you got to bump that assist percentage a little bit. We know you can do it. We saw you do it in San Antonio. Yeah. This team needs more ball movement. Billy says this team needs more ball movement. And DeMar, as great as you are with your lethal ISO mid-range old man game, if we just have him give up a few of those kinds of possessions to get DeMar involved in the offense as a facilitator, which we know he can do,
we know
it could go so long in helping the Bulls improve overall as an offensive team.
That man played 30 minutes and had 11 points on 8 shots.
Took 8 shots.
8
had
shots.
4 assists.
4.
And again, like,
them assists.
if guys were hitting their shots tonight,
he would have had 8.
It could have been 8 shots and 8 assists.
Seriously, he could have had 8, man. That's but that's him understanding though. At the same time, even with Zach LaVine out, you know. And again, I know it's preseason. He's chilling. I get that stuff. But this is still DeMar DeRozan. He is still a competitive dude. All right. So he's out there in the fourth quarter. He's still trying to play. And obviously, let me credit him on his defense as well, because it's been okay. It's been pretty solid to me. He's in position. I've yet to see him just really be out of position on several of those plays, man. He's up in the defense. He's up in the shooter's face, and he's got his hands up, man. He's doing the things we asked him to do. This is what's so exciting about it. Like, DeMar, this is what we need you to do. Okay, I got you. Thank you. Thank you. Now can we move on? Pat, come back. Come back and sit down. Let's talk to you next. Coby, you too. Thank you. Everybody. Yes, it was awesome, man. It's been awesome to see that because he is the leader, one of the leaders on your team. So when one of the leaders on your team is buying into it, guess what? Everybody else is going to start buying into it because when he starts sacrificing for the good of the team is going to start doing the same damn thing, man. It's a trickle down. Just made me excited thinking about it. That just made me excited. That's made me excited, man. I love it. Team sport. Team sport. Team.
As we're talking about improving his team shot profile, whether it's DeMar being more of a facilitator, getting guys moving off the ball more, and getting more threes, I do see a naysayer in the comments, and I'm sure that you're not the only one. I'm not trying to just single you out, but Brandon E. in the comments said 36 3-point attempts, 31%. tons of missed open threes. It's
Sure.
almost like it doesn't matter how many you put up if you're not hitting them and you let the other team shoot 40% from three. Who knew? Okay, so
Well, let them shoot for it.
so yes, the T-Wolves did shoot 17 of 43 behind the arc tonight for 39.5%.
They got hot in that third.
I mean, the T-Wolves we have seen before can get, like, Troy Brown Jr. went 4 of 5.
like, come on.
Like, really?
What we doing, son?
Bulls fans, we
Big
know
Dave
who Troy
loved
Brown
that.
Jr. is. That's not a guy you're fearing knocking down 4 of 5. But, you know, if you're playing, and like, I mean, perimeter defense is going to be a strength for the Bulls this year.
Yes, it will.
Those three-man lineups involving Caruso, Craig, and Carter that we saw come off the bench as Billy's back end of his 8-man rotation for the most part of tonight's game.
Tri-clamp.
Yeah, okay. T-Wolves got hot, knocked down some threes. It happens.
Yeah.
I'm not here for the, well, if you jack up 36 and only make 30% of them, then why are you jacking up 36? Bullshit.
Yeah.
No. If you are paying any semblance of attention to how the NBA is trending, your team must be willing and able to get up 35-plus threes a night and knock down, yes, ideally 40% of them. They didn't knock down 40% tonight. It happens. You need to have that threat there because guess what that will do? Open up driving lanes for Zach LaVine and others.
So
it will
much.
space the floor in other ways even if you're not hitting them.
So much.
And making a fair percentage of them has not been a problem for the Bulls.
Yeah.
In the last couple of years, like I think they finished like dead middle of the pack in 3-point percentage
Correct.
last season.
Very true.
Volume has been the problem. And if you don't see that, I don't know how I can help you.
Well, then, and on the other side of that, you talked about the offensive rebounding. Look at players like Ayo Dosunmu, who has understood this. Like when those shots go up and those threes are missed, he's the one in the paint getting those offensive rebounds, taking it out, getting those little mid-range shots and putting it back in. Good things happen when you're shooting within the rhythm of the offense. So when you're taking those threes, again, it becomes what Stacey King likes to say, a 50-50 ball. Once it leaves your hands, you have no idea what's going to happen next. So it gives you an opportunity to do something. And the Bulls are capitalizing on that by getting those offensive rebounds. They've been solid being an offensive rebounding team this preseason, man. And again, I'm pointing out Ayo because he has shown himself to continue to do that stuff, man. It's good. It's a good thing. Take 40 threes, all right? All the threes you can take them. Please.
Anthony in the comments saying the more you shoot them and see them eventually go in, it will be good for their confidence and will keep defenses guessing.
It's a simple game.
Luke in all caps asking me to buy Bateem stock. Dude,
He's bought.
So this man can tell you.
Yeah, he bought.
When Billy started emptying that bench in the fourth quarter, I was so excited to see Bateem get in there and get some minutes. And every time he touched the ball, I wanted him to shoot.
Shoot the ball.
His shot is smooth.
It's smooth.
His shot is smooth, and I am a
Silky.
Bulls fan who knows what he wants, and I want more threes, goddammit.
Yeah.
Get
More of that.
Bateem in there.
Get him in, man. Listen, it's silky smooth. The one where he pump fake,
Ooh.
then went to the
And
side.
then that sidestep.
Ooh, put that
Damn.
in.
The Bulls just have, like other
that
than
kid.
Zach LaVine, we
That's
have
the
not
move,
had
Cam.
any of those modern
Yeah,
NBA
Cam.
sidestepping three-point shooters.
Yes, sir.
Bateem looks like that guy.
Yes, he does.
Ooh.
Yes, he does. We don't have that. You know what I mean? So like you just said, we don't possess that. So having those kind of guys on your team is helpful as shit.
It's like the Bears having a passing offense. No, I'm sorry, we can't have that. Bulls fans having three-point shooters to cheer for. No, we can't.
We can't have that either.
But and again, like talking about the shot profile and launching more threes and good ones, like Torrey Craig, Javon Carter, both proved tonight, can knock down threes.
Yeah.
I mean, like they only each took.
Javon took 3.
Javon was 1 for 1.
Okay,
and Torrey Craig was 1 for 2.
Okay.
But again, like they can launch them confidently and they can knock them down.
Yes. That's all we need.
We got to take our first break. We'll come back and continue talking about this game tonight and everything in it. And then we'll also hear from Willie Gottlieb later on tonight's postgame. While we're sharing these words from our friends and sponsors, you know what to do, Bulls Nation. Hit that thumbs up if you're watching along with us on YouTube. Got 150 or so watching late on a weekday night. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you even more if you give us that thumbs up.
Do that.
We love you.
Yes, we do.
And make sure you subscribe to the CHGO Sports YouTube channel, marching our way to 50K.
Oh, that rhyme, ladies and gentlemen.
That's
I like
right. Big Dave, who do we got first tonight?
Shoes, man.
I love shoes.
I love me some shoes. They are the things that I put on my feet that make me feel even more awesome. Just like these right there. Look them out. Check them out. Them mics. That's how I roll. You like that, kid? Like that, Ken? That's what I do, Ken.
love it, dude.
That's what I
No
do.
one reads ads better than you. It's not even a competition. It's not even close.
I ain't even started. I ain't even got into it yet, man. But let me get into it. Because you can get your shoes from Soul Savvy. Listen, they will get you the shoes that you need and put them on your feet. That is what the whole community of Soul Savvy is about. Getting what you need, the ones that you want, and getting them on your feet at a price that you can say, you know what? That's not bad. That's pretty damn savvy. Oh, you see what it did right there. See what it did right there, ladies and gents. Soul Savvy's been around since 2018, and their mission has always stated the same. Get the sneakers into the hands of the people who love them the most. Soul Savvy is a sneaker community that operates in Canada, the U.S., and the U.K. Oh, and guess what? 3 membership levels is what they have, y'all. You got the basic, which is free. You got the mobile plus, which is $12. And then you got yourself the premium, okay? $33. And it includes the mobile plus features. Well, what features are that, Dave? Well, for the sneakerhead who's tired of paying resale, find your grails and grow your collection in the world's biggest paid sneaker community. Listen, they showed it to us because we had a meeting with them and everything. And you should have saw my face of them just showing everything that they have and how huge this community that they have. So if it's something going on that you might not know about, they say, hey, man, guess what? You need to be here about 10 a.m. We get you some of them right there. Size 6, we got them over here. You will know first, all right? And that is what is awesome being a premium member on Soul Savvy, y'all. Of course, like I said, you could do the basic version, you could do the mobile plus, but that premium, oh, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. And listen, they got some Soul Savvy Air Maxes I saw on there. I'm just telling you, pretty damn dope. Might be on these feet, is all I'm telling you. Might be on these feet. Holla at me, Soul Savvy, one time. Sign up for Soul Savvy by visiting soulsavvy.com/ALLCITY or by downloading the Drops by Soul Savvy app. Soul Savvy. Get them on your feet.
I like that.
Not bad. Kev said it was awesome.
Man, you crushed it.
Get him on I also feet. Saw one of our other dear friends / producers, Sarah, in the comments saying that she was just here for the ad reads. So you're not alone.
What's up, Sarah?
Tonight's CHGO Bulls post game also brought to you by our friends at the Sunnyside Cannabis Dispensary. I noticed that. Not Game Time Who. Game Time Who. No. Sunnyside Cannabis Dispensary. It's a Sunnyside Thursday, y'all, which means the weekend is quickly approaching.
Yes.
I am ready for it.
Yes, you are.
I am not quite ready for it because I need to make a stop in my local neighborhood, Sunnyside, tomorrow to be truly ready for it.
Yes.
But, you know, when I'm thinking about my Sunnyside Thursdays and I'm thinking about, like, who made me feel good in Chicago sports this week, I wish it could be somebody on the Bears, but it's not.
It won't.
You know, I do feel good about Connor Bedard these days. Although he's just had his first pointless game the other night. They are playing right now. Shout out to our Blackhawks crew doing the graveyard shift tonight.
Yes, shout out.
But honestly, you know who made me the happiest?
Who's this, Matt?
Fourth quarter Julian Phillips in the game we just watched. Julian Phillips gets my Sunnyside Thursday shout out for the week. Oh my God.
It was awesome.
That young man can jump. You can jump too to your local Sunnyside dispensary, which is your home for all of your cannabis needs this football season, rolling into this NBA season. A place where all kinds of visitors are welcome to explore, discover, and purchase a wide array of their high-quality products. They also order wonderfully simple online ordering at their website, sunnyside.shop. And then you can pick up your order in-store to make your errand running even simpler as you're getting ready for your Sunnyside weekend. They've got flour for you old-school folks like me. They've got tinctures and vapes and all that kind of stuff. Plus, so many wonderful edibles to choose from. Different brands, different varieties. If you like the sweets, if you like the gummies, if you like the chocolates, whatever you want with your edibles, they've got it for you at Sunnyside. Through October 31st, spooky, head to Sunnyside.shop and use promo code CHGO25 at checkout for 25% off your total order. That is 25%. 1/4, a quarter of your price gone.
Peace.
One use per customer, and you can't stack it with their other deals and coupons. But it's not just for first-time customers. Anyone and everyone can use that promo code of ours, CHGO25, for 25% off.
Amazing.
When you shop Sunnyside.shop. Pick up everything you need to elevate your football season, your basketball season, your hockey season at Sunnyside. Must be 21 and over or an Illinois Med card holder. Bam. You do that before or after doing your shopping at Soul Savvy.
Ooh, double bow.
Double bow.
Pow, pow.
You do your shout out Stacey King and Pau Gasol.
And Step
I
Brothers.
will always
Facts.
think of that.
Facts.
We'll always think of that when I hear Pow Pow.
Are you saying pow or pow?
Pow or pow.
Pow, pow, pow.
And Brandon, I saw that comment retort of yours. I did bring up perimeter defense. I did, actually. Bulls top 5 defense last season. Lot of it.
Yes.
Perimeter. I literally said Carter, Craig, Caruso,
Yes.
Io, perimeter defense.
Oh, and shout out to our guy Jim, man. He's in the comments too, bro.
Jim!
Shout out Jim, bro.
What up, buddy?
What's going on, man?
Did we have another super chat that we didn't get to?
I think
that
so.
we should knock out right now?
Yeah, from Jay
Kevin?
Bliggity 123.
Jay
Say that again.
Bliggity?
No. Say that again, Kevin.
Jay Bliggity 123.
Oh, that sounded so right.
I just know Pat will become an all-star when he leaves here. I can just sniff, smell it in the air because that's that Bulls luck. LOL. End quote.
Don't put that negative juju out into the
Put
universe
that
right
evil
now.
on me, Ricky Bobby.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Preseason, man.
I don't need that.
No, Jake Biggity.
No, I would like
biggity,
I would like
no
to
doubt.
see Patrick become a star here and stay here.
Please.
Please.
Isn't that what we can do?
That's what we can do.
Please.
That can happen here.
Please.
All right? You don't have to leave. He can stay right here.
He
and
almost
still
dunked on
become
Rudy
that.
Gobert tonight. Come on.
Oh,
I mean,
he
man.
tried him, bro. He tried him. He tried it really hard. That's when I knew he was angry.
Can we talk about Io for a sec?
Can we
Let's
get
talk
back to
about
him?
Io for
Get
a
back
sec.
to him. Let's roll.
Got the starting job tonight, as I mentioned, because Zach LaVine sat out. 15 points on 5 of 9, 2 of 4 from downtown. Io looks to be stroking that three more confidently. We've talked about how he did not have a great season behind the three-point line last season.
Right.
And 2 steals, contributing on that defensive end like we know Io to be able to do.
And again, this is why I like him so much because he's such a smart basketball player. He talked about, like, it doesn't matter where I play, I'll find myself within the game. And this is exactly what he's been doing, is finding himself, the game within the game, as I said earlier. Like I mentioned, the offensive rebounding that he's doing, the getting the ball and running the break, immediately. That's what he's doing. Shooting nice little inside mid-range joints now, man. The little layups he has now. Like, he wasn't doing that stuff previously. But now he's finding, he's like, oh, no, I'm having these opportunities to do this. Guess what? I'm about to take them right now. So I'm enjoying what I'm seeing, and couple that with that three-point shooting that you're mentioning, because if that's falling, yo.
That's falling, watch out. If that's falling, then
Yo.
Billy's going to be hard-pressed to keep him out of that rotation.
Don't have to play him, man.
We heard a jingle. We know what that means. It's time for our guy, Willie Go Gottlieb, to join us on the Go Talk Hotline from the United Center. There is the beautiful Quaff, the buddy, completing the preseason action from the United Center. Will, thank you for joining us. First things first, anything you could tell us relayed from Billy Donovan tonight about the absences of Zach LaVine and Andre Drummond and whether or not they will be expected to be ready to go for that regular season tip-off that's this coming Wednesday? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Pause.
Hold on one second here.
Oh, just a couple
Should be good to go.
technical difficulties.
Audio
We're getting together right now.
Technical difficulties from the GOAT.
We're getting it together on the GOAT. But, yeah, that is something I want to know about, man. Like, if Billy has said something. I mean, because usually he lets people know, what I mean,
Right.
what's going on with these guys. But,
And, good news is, tonight the preseason ended. It's Thursday night.
yeah.
Their regular season tip-off isn't until Wednesday of next week. So they've got almost a whole week to get ready.
And he did mention the illness. He doesn't think the illness is going to be long-term, you know what I'm saying, for Zach. So,
Right.
That removes that. Drummond, you know what I mean, you're going to look at because, some personal reasons he was dealing with some things.
Since he's been with the Bulls, he's had absences previously where he's been citing personal reasons, mental health.
Yes, correct.
Which, you know, obviously you hope that that's all good with Andre Drummond.
Yes.
Let me get a check 1-2 from the GOAT.
Can we get a check 1-2? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, there he is.
There we go.
Okay.
Dulcet
Alright.
tones.
There we go.
Audio
Never a
issues
doubt.
solved. What's up? What can you tell us about Zach LaVine and Drummond's absences tonight, Will?
Zach, illness, Drummond, personal reasons. Does not sound like either are serious or will hold them out of the regular season opener. on Wednesday. Yeah, just didn't get any like real details about it, but they seem like that will not be a prolonged absence.
Good news.
Well, obviously the biggest thing we talked about earlier was, of course, Patrick Williams and how he looked tonight and how he played. Matt and I both thought this was his best game of the preseason, even though it's like his worst game shooting. But it was just the way he looked on the floor, the confidence that he was putting out there, man. He just looked more comfortable, more sure of himself, and wasn't overthinking. He was just actually going for it. What was your opinion on how he played tonight?
100% agree. I thought even better than the like 8 for 14, 20-point game. This was the best he looked. Like the numbers weren't necessarily there. He shot, I think, 0 for 7 on threes. So you kind of don't put too much stock into that because obviously we know he can shoot the ball. He shot 41.5% last year on like 3.5 attempts. So the fact that he's getting up volume is good. Obviously you want the ball to go in, but you know, if you take those shots away, he's 3 of 5 inside the arc. He had a monster dunk on his first basket. He drove and got into the lane and finished around Rudy Gobert on the second one, and then had kind of that pull-up floater type thing. But he also had 4 free throw attempts, which matched the rest of preseason games combined. So I thought he looked great. I asked Billy Donovan about it. He said he did not shoot the ball well, but like we felt his impact. And I just totally agree with that statement. And then I asked Pat about it, and he was like, I said, Pat, did you kind of come into this game feeling like you had to make a little bit of a statement? He was like, I mean, yeah, I feel like I did. So I just think it's one of those situations where you can look at the box score and not feel great about it. But to me, that's like a game I would take from Pat 10 times out of 10. Obviously, you want the ball to go in. Obviously, there's still areas where he can grow. He turned it over. But like, if you want to give him the ball, if you want him to have reps, if you want him to be a more high usage player, you need to let him play through mistakes. And, he just hasn't had very many opportunities to do that. So if we talk about things like learning how to read the game, learning how to, process things more quickly, he needs reps in order to do that. He, I think, should be able to do some of that role stuff that we've talked about. I think, he should be able to do some of that stuff a lot better. But to see that now, it's like, it's encouraging, but okay, great, you did it. Now we know you can do it. Let's see if we can do it consistently. And I think that's the step that both he and Billy made sure to point out is like, yeah, he stepped up to the challenge tonight, but like, this is one game. Let's keep this thing going.
Will, it seemed like Billy Donovan treated this truthfully as a dress rehearsal game, going with his starting 5 and then just a 3-man bench until 2 or 3 minutes into the fourth quarter when he started throwing some of the other guys in there. But it was, Caruso, Craig, and Carter off the bench with the starting 5, and that was it for the first 3.5 quarters. Did you get a sense from Billy after the game that with Coby and Pat in the starting lineup, then obviously maybe, Zach being in that starting lineup, Io maybe shifting to 9th man in the rotation, but other than that minor adjustment, that this is what it's going to look like when we see them tip off the regular season on the 25th?
I think there's a little bit more of a cascade effect there. So we saw Torrey Craig and Patrick play together in small lineups at the 4-5, which I love. And I think obviously Drummond will be getting a lot of those backup 5 minutes. I think we kind of asked Billy about it. It's like a situational thing. They're going to need to have a small ball lineup, and it was an opportunity for them to try that out. Maybe it's not going to happen against Rudy Gobert most nights, but I think it's something to have in their back pocket. So I think you shave a few minutes off of both Patrick and Torrey in that regard. And then obviously, as you mentioned, Zach didn't play. So maybe Io, maybe Coby, maybe Patrick even get trimmed down a little bit there as well. So I still think we're looking at a 10-man rotation if you plug Zach and Drum back into this, or at least 9. So yes, I think that will be the primary rotation. All indications point towards Coby and Patrick being in the starting group. And then, that like menacing defensive lineup with Caruso, Carter, Craig, and, Io or whoever it is off the bench, where they're just basically going to try to go 0-0 every game where nobody scores. So I do feel pretty confidently that that's going to be the rotation, and things will change game to game depending on what the opponent is. Like I mentioned, the small ball thing that could be thrown in, sprinkled in from time to time. But I think Billy's got his 10 guys. And, maybe Julian Phillips I thought looked really good tonight. Maybe he, breaks into that at some point. But for now, I think that's pretty secure.
Yeah, well, I got to agree with you. I really did like that small ball lineup. Even when they had Gobert, like the one play where they double teamed him and took that ball right from him. Like those are the things you can get. Like you just saw them running more, getting up and down the floor easier. And because Rudy Gobert is not going to want to do that. But yeah, no, I thought it was great. Well, the guy, I mean, you can easily say the best player of the preseason has been Zach LaVine. For me, I go with Coby White. How he's been playing for this team. He has done every single thing that you kind of need from your starting point guard, and he's kind of done it his way. And that's what I like about it so much. Like, Coby has gone inside, he's gone outside. The alley-oop that he threw to Patrick where Patrick got fouled was amazing to see. Can you talk about what you're seeing differently that Coby White is doing in this preseason that you probably didn't see him doing in the previous seasons?
I just think there's a level of confidence in his game and his ability, and the fact that we talked about this before, where he had that quote that was like, I'm 22, 23 years old. I'm playing on a team with guys that have won a championship, guys that have been multi-time All-Stars, that have been in the league for 10 years. Like, why does my voice matter? And I think he's kind of come into his own. Feels like he, if he's going to be the starting point guard of this team, he does have to be a leader. I think he's just feeling a little bit more confident in that. He's still like the same goofy kid that he is, but I think he just has this more mature, more kind of grown up nature about him. And I think that really shows in the way that he plays. So, getting downhill, getting into the paint, making the right reads. I thought he defended at a really high level for him throughout the whole preseason, like the way he's fighting over screens. He's not like getting back cut anymore. I think he's really taken a big step. So, I think it's a confidence thing. I think it's a ability thing. I'm sure also getting paid doesn't hurt. Like, he knows the team wants him to be around. He's been very grateful that, the team that drafted him wants to stick with him, even though it's been a new managerial regime. So I think he has gotten a lot better. I think he's put in a lot of work. I think he's as skilled, but he kind of knows how to use those skills a little bit differently. But I think the maturity and just like the leadership and the confidence has really, it's like those intangible things that have helped him kind of command his game a little bit more.
The other thing that Dave and I were on the same page as far as things we saw and liked tonight, Will, is that it seemed like there was a continuing trend of preseason DeMar playing more a facilitating role and getting good looks for guys and dumping off nice passes to his teammates more so than ISO, get to my spot, get a bucket or draw a foul DeMar, which we've seen for the past 2 seasons by and large. Have you noticed the same thing? And I'm also curious if that's been spoken about at all by DeMar, his teammates, or Billy, as they've been talking about improving this team's shot profile this season.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a balance. And Billy was kind of saying this after the game as well, where they do want to play faster. They do want to have more motion. But DeMar's a guy that, like, he's got to have his feet under him to be at his best. He likes to command the game. He likes to see all the defenders in front of him, and he reads it and he dissects it. And he's super good at it, obviously. But he also knows that the Bulls kind of need to change some stuff up. Billy said this after the game, like, Zach, DeMar, and Vooch all had maybe their second best individual scoring seasons of their career. Not necessarily in points per game, but just in terms of offensive efficiency and the way that they played, but they were still 24th. And so DeMar understands that we're going to have to do stuff a little bit differently. I saw a couple of plays, and I think I maybe tweeted out a clip of this, where they ran some nice screening action that turned into a stagger screen for DeMar to get the ball at the elbow. And I think that's a great example of ways that they can introduce some motion, introduce some movement, get the defense tilted a little bit to where once DeMar does get the ball in his spots, and it ends up being in the same place that he would, even if it was just an isolation. But once he's there, maybe you have a mismatch. Maybe you have somebody else open on the backside that he can kind of fling the ball to and create an open three. So they all understand that, like, even though they're very good at some things, even though they had great seasons, it didn't work on a team level, and they're willing to make the adjustments. Now, it's going to take some time for them to really figure it out. They all, like Vooch said this after the game, Billy said it multiple times, they've all like acknowledged that this is not going to be a flip that they can switch and everything is fixed overnight. It's going to be a process that takes some time. But I think like the commitment and the buy-in has to be there. And so far it seems like it is.
Well, another night, another game where Vooch drops another 20 and 10 for this team, and it still feels like it was kind of quiet because nobody's really, talking about Vooch and what he's doing. Do you feel like he's becoming more comfortable? Because I raised that concern before that first 20 and 10 game that he didn't seem comfortable or knew where he, wanted to be or kind of needed to be. But it seems like guys are finding him, multiple players now, Coby and DeMar are finding him, on some little pick and rolls and little dump offs where he's putting up with that sweet little left hand hook or, the Matt Peck transition 3-point shot, that he's taking. So do you feel like he's finding more comfort now, or do you always feel like he was kind of there?
Yeah, it's a little bit tricky with him because he's so I don't want to make this sound like pejorative because he's obviously a great player, but like big men in general need to have a guard get them the ball in order to get the ball, right? And so he is a little bit dependent in that way, just in the same way that any big would be, unless you're Nikola Jokic. So I think a lot of it for him is this sort of transition period where there's a new point guard who is trying to find his way. The Bulls are trying to play a new style of offense that is a little bit tricky, a little bit unnatural necessarily for some of these guys in terms of the way they like to score the ball. And Vooch is, as we've talked about before, the third guy of a big three is often the one that has to take the hit, and especially true if it's a big. So I think he's kind of just trying to float and maneuver and figure out where he kind of fits in best. But he's still able to be super efficient, even if he's not kind of like the featured player of this. And I think they'll get to a place where they're kind of flowing through him a little bit more. It does not, to me, feel like they have really succeeded in that this preseason. So we'll just have to continue to monitor that. But like I said, it's going to be a work in progress. Vooch knows that. Players know that. Coaches know that. And, as long as they're seeing like steady growth, I think they'll start to feel okay with it.
Will, thank you for joining us as always from the UC, buddy. Appreciate you. Bulls fans, make sure you're following Will on Twitter, Will_Gottlieb, to get all of his updates, reporting, and news from Bulls action this season. Keep an eye out for a Bulls HQ episode on deck tomorrow with him and our guy Marquet to lead you into your weekends. Of course, also make sure you're reading everything this man writes, allchgo.com. Will, get home safe tonight. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you for regular season action next week.
Yeah.
Oh! Have a good night, buddy. Will the Go Gottlieb
gave us the Home Alone.
He gave us the Macaulay Culkin. Before we take our second ad break, just wanted to get to this wonderful super chat from our guy, the Duke.
The Duke is back.
What's up, the Duke?
Duke is back.
Who said, I've got my paper grocery bag with eye holes cut out. So he's going with the brags already.
Got you.
My Jordan jersey that my wife tells me I've gotten too fat to wear, and my sell the team Jerry sign. Okay. Let's go Bulls. I'm ready to be hurt again. Again. And again.
Shout out Cody.
That is, yeah. That's some brags. That's some Cody.
Yeah, little all that in there.
The Duke has been tuning into all of CHGO's coverage.
And we appreciate
that. We appreciate the super chat,
without a doubt.
We just, I don't know what we need to get Duke's Bulls fandom above his Bears fandom. So I don't know if you've seen some of those super chats he's thrown our Bears crew.
Oh, I've been here to watch. I've been here, sir. I've seen it. He's awesome.
I'm not turning my nose up at the 1999. We greatly appreciate that.
No, we want it all. We thank you very much for it. But damn.
How about a 6 seed?
I'm about to see. You
Would
just
that
want to
get
see
the
more?
job done?
I
6
mean,
seed?
I don't know. I mean, the Bears didn't need it.
Yeah, they ain't no 6 seed either.
Ain't no 6 seed. 6 losses.
The Bulls find themselves above the play-in tournament this season. Let me just say, I will be pleasantly and somewhat legitimately surprised.
Oh, both of those things.
Yeah.
I'll be happy. Period. Go to the playoffs, damn it. Period.
Big Dave, who's next?
Oh, yeah. Sarah, I hope you're watching. Pay close attention. Kev.
Yeah.
What time is it?
Game time.
Oh.
I thought it was passing over to you. I got to do hoops too?
Yes.
Yes. Who? You got to hit that.
Oh, I thought I was passing
It's a
it back.
call and
right.
response.
It's
The
all right.
call
Yeah, I
is
thought-
what time is it? The response is game time who?
Don't worry. Don't
All
worry.
right,
Kev.
hey,
It's okay.
toss it up.
Oh, no. I'm coming back. Don't worry. Don't you just be prepared, sir. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Just like we tell the Bulls, you don't need to overpass.
That's it.
Just, you make the great pass, take the open shot.
Take the shot. We trust you over here. Take the shot, man. Just like we trust Game Time to get you the tickets that don't cost you a lot, and you will be happy because you shouldn't have to worry when you're buying tickets to your next big event. Game Time is the fast and easy way to buy tickets for all the sports, music, comedy, and theater events near you with killer deals. Last minute, all-in prices, views from the seat, and their best price guarantee. Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying those tickets. Like I said, those last-minute tickets, those flash deals, those zone deals, easy to find and buy tickets to every kind of event in your area. Views from all the seats in the venue. That's something I love. I want to see where everybody's sitting. The lowest price guarantee, event cancellation protection, and even job loss protection. They got you covered. Game Time has deals on tickets right up to the start of the event and even an hour before it starts, which is wild. It is the place to find last-minute seats. So don't wait. Go ahead and get on down with Game Time, y'all. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code CHGO for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create the account, redeem the code, CHGO. That's the code. And you will get $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute ticket. Lowest price guaranteed. Because Kevin, what time is it?
Game time.
Who? There we go. Come on, we come back, baby. We come
Tonight's
back.
CHGO Bulls postgame also brought to you by Ray Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Are you in the market for a new vehicle? If you are, we've got great news.
What's that?
Because Ray Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Fox Lake has just joined the CHGO team.
What?
At Ray CDJR, Dave, you'll always be able to shop one of Chicagoland's largest inventories and find unforgettable savings.
Always?
Savings so awesome, you'll never forget them. And I don't know about you, my memory sucks.
Sunny
I don't remember what I had for breakfast this morning. I don't remember basically, other than the Bulls, childhood, gone. But you won't forget the savings from Ray CDJR. And right now, during Ram Power Days at Ray CDJR, only in Fox Lake, you'll be able to secure 0% financing or 17% off new Ram models. But that's not all. Now through October 31st, spooky. Explore their newly renovated showroom and take advantage of limited time 7-year anniversary savings. So if you're in the market for a new vehicle, you have to check out the team at Ray Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram because they're the only team that we recommend. Visit them today on Route 12 in Fox Lake. For more information, you can visit Ray CDJR in Fox Lake or raycdjr.com today. Serving the community since 1963. 3 years prior to the Bulls' existence.
Oh, that is true. 1966 when it happened. Shout out Guy Rogers.
Shout out Guy Rogers. Shout out Jerry Sloan.
Yes.
I saw somebody in the comments earlier, Dave, and forgive me for not being able to call you out because I don't remember, but someone asking, like, what did you think between the Julian Phillip minutes tonight and the Dalen Terry minutes tonight when we talk about Billy and maybe some of the younger guys getting into the back end of this rotation if and when guys are out like they were tonight? Spot minutes for both of them. Phillips played 6 minutes. Dalen played 8. I had a good chuckle at Dalen's transition layup attempt that went as I expected it to.
You got fouled.
But let me just say this. In my opinion, if I am Billy Donovan, Julian Phillips ahead of Dalen Terry in the rotation right now. Not just because of what we saw tonight, but tonight definitely added to it. Julian Phillips poured in 9 points in 6 minutes, and he did it in a variety of ways. There was the jumping out the gym alley-oop, which pass came from, I will give it to you, your guy Dalen Terry.
It was a pretty pass.
Pretty pass. Also, the smoothest catch-and-shoot corner 3, Julian Phillips, and I saw our guy Will pointed out with a tweet, everything about that corner 3, the timing and rhythm of his catch, his release, and the purity of that stroke already looks better than the 3 ball we saw him shooting in Summer League. He took it confidently, and also, again on display, the verticality on that block. My God. I mean, it wasn't the Wemby block that we saw in that Spurs preseason game the other night.
What is?
But damn.
But damn, it's right.
Shout out to our guy Darnell Mayberry of The Athletic. when he was talking to us at Summer League, he was saying all we heard was after the Bulls drafted this kid, made a trade to go up into the second round and take Julian Phillips when they didn't have a second round pick. Best vertical in the combine.
Yeah,
and then we didn't really get a great glimpse of that in the Summer League games. True. Darnell said, I wanted to see the vertical leap. We didn't see the vertical leap. If you watch that game tonight, there is your Julian Phillips best vertical of the combine.
Yeah.
My Lord. Play that man.
He's awesome, man. And the thing that Billy Donovan and our guy Terrence Crawl, all those guys said was the thing that's going to get him on the floor is the defense. That's what he comes in with, and that is what elevates him, I think, over guys right there, is he comes in with the defense. Being an impactful player on one side of the floor, because as a rookie, and especially a second-round rookie, it's not going to be drawn up for you, all right? It's just not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever number you want to say is you are in the rotation, a play's not being drawn up for you, all right? So you have to do it on the defensive end in the spot minutes that you get, because obviously it's not going to be a ton of minutes. But the fact that you can come in and you can do that and help the team not miss a beat on the defensive end and maybe hit a three, you know what I mean? Like, just maybe. You're not scared to do it, but also knowing you add another element with that athleticism, man. Because the dunk that he threw down, Matt, and we talked about it, was like a Dwight Howard dunk. It was a Dwight. He didn't even touch the rim.
It was a two-handed catch and flush, but he did not make contact with the rim.
Just threw it in. Only people who jump really high can do stuff like that. So, yeah, that will get him in the rotation without a doubt. That defense, man, and that ability to block. Because the one he had where it wasn't a block, but he almost hit his head on the backboard was absolutely insane. But then he went and got another block against someone else. Like, he continues to flash super hard on the defensive end. But you're right. It's good to see the athleticism on the offensive end, too.
I mean, we talked about the fact that, okay, incredible athletic ability. AK and Billy were praising him being a guy who could come in and contribute on the defensive end right away, despite being a second-round pick. The thing we were worried about were his shooting numbers at the collegiate level, and maybe that the worry there was overblown because, you know, like the shooting form actually seems like it's there, and if you look at other sample sizes from not just his year in college, like he had been able to knock down threes in other capacities. His three-point form looks fine to me. It looks better than it did in Summer League. It looks great. The release is smooth. The release is quick. There's no hitch in the shot whatsoever.
Hitch in the giddy up.
For all of the years, Bulls fans have been screaming out for legitimate 3-and-D players. That Julian Phillips, young man, looks like he has the potential to be a real one.
Yeah,
because the length is there. The athleticism is certainly there. And if he can knock down threes like that, I mean, that is a gem. For all the questions we have about this Bulls front office and their ability to scout well and draft well, questions about this guy and that guy, and obviously, bam, Patrick Williams, 4th overall, still staring us in the face, and the development and the inability to develop these guys.
With you, Pat.
This may have been a gem when AK and Eversley took Julian Phillips. I am excited about this guy.
Yeah, and that feels good to say, right? Like,
it does.
And it does.
It does.
Excitement looks nice on you about the Chicago Bulls. So it really does. But, yeah, and he's earned it, and he's supposed to have it that way because that is what he is out there doing on the floor every time we see him, man. And it never looks rattled, right?
Yeah.
Like, he just has a poise about him that looks really cool. Again, it's preseason, Summer League. These are the things we're seeing him in. But it's just the fact that we're watching him flash in these moments that make me be like, you know what? I can throw you in the game for a couple minutes, and I'll be all right. Let's see how it works. And then you also remember you're a rookie. Mistakes will be made. We get that. We understand that. But the fact that I still have that confidence to put you out there to make those mistakes in the minutes that you got just is a good feeling. It's just a good feeling to have from a guy like that because you're right. We talked about him putting on, maybe a little extra muscle because he's going to need to because I believe he's 185. Yeah. And I was like, man, he gets like 200 or something.
Yeah,
like,
if he gets to 200, watch out.
Like, he's going to be
because then you're talking about him being a multi-positional defender, not just with his length, but with his strength.
Yeah, man.
Which,
that's what gets you excited.
I'm getting all tingly just thinking about it.
That's what gets you excited. So, yeah, that potential gets you excited. We're just going to watch him grow, watch him develop. And, let's see what happens with him, man.
Bulls fans in the comments excited as well. Ostis Jr. saying Jumpman Phillips, potential nickname there.
get
AK
nicknames
saying
now?
Julian's got the block instincts. Also, Nicholas says he wants to see Phillips play with the starters. Can we get a glimpse, pretty please? Ben Him saying Julian could be a stud. It's too bad he probably won't get many minutes. Maybe he could pull an IO like his rookie season.
The second rounder.
Fried Rice saying if Julian jumps really, really high, I wonder if he could block Wemby.
Man, Bulls fans.
That would be something. I'm sorry.
Bulls fans,
I shouldn't have gotten them excited.
My God.
Oh, my
It's
goodness.
either all the way here or it's all the way there. Come on, let's roll out here.
Saheem in the comments saying, I think we're starting to see the difference in actually having a development staff. Everyone's jumper is looking smoother.
That's a very good point.
Wow.
That is a very,
Imagine
very
that,
good point.
Having a talent development staff.
And the person you point
having
out.
what's that? A shooting coach?
What is that, Matt?
It's someone who coaches you on how to shoot properly.
That's a real thing?
Yeah.
Like an actual job you can get? I did not know this.
Well,
But
it wasn't a job you could get with the Chicago Bulls organization.
That is true.
Until about like 2 months ago.
Thank you, AK. But the person immediately you point out is Alex Caruso. Has his jumper looked smooth in this?
He still shoots it that same wonky
but it looks
Caruso way.
smooth, though.
But it's going in.
It looks smooth.
He knocked down a couple tonight.
Like this posture is a little different when he's taking those shots, man. Like
He
different.
even had like a little like pull up off a mini curl mid range shot tonight that went in and looked smooth. I was like, okay, Alex.
Look, man, that's a couple extra million in his pocket if he
Well,
do that, bro. For real.
like that's one of those bonus things where as a Bulls fan you're like, yo, if Caruso could knock down some shots for us tonight,
like, oh my God, like, oh,
you dang Skippy.
hooray, hooray!
Just about out of time. I think we have one more super chat from our guy AK. Do you think Debo playing predominantly as a facilitator, he can still be effective as a clutch shot maker, given the fact that he needs the ball to be in rhythm? That's a scary question.
Not for me. That's DeMar DeRozan, bro.
I do want to say that you give DeMar the benefit of the doubt there.
That's DeMar.
Like DeMar, when he did take his shots tonight, was not particularly in the zone, although he did knock down a three. Love to see that, as you mentioned, Dave. I'm not worrying about that yet, because what I am more focused on and more worried about is this Bulls team and this Bulls offense finally actually changing their shot profile for realsies, and DeMar changing up his game stylistically and facilitating a bit more is a necessary part of that happening. Yeah, at least that's how I feel.
I'm not worried about it at all. Like, any part of me, that is DeMar DeRozan. Like, for real, what else he got to prove to you that, dude, just give me the ball and I'm going to do something awesome. And I'm going to do it when you need it. Again, this isn't his first time being a facilitator. He did this in San Antonio. Like, go look at the assist numbers that he was averaging out there, man. This is not new. This is DeMar DeRozan, y'all. This is what he do. When you need that bucket and it's time to win, DeMar DeRozan, all right?
Yep.
I don't care what he's doing. I don't care if facilitating. I don't care if he's getting I don't care what he's doing. It's time to get buckets. It's DeMar DeRozan, man.
We are about out of time. One last reminder to hit that thumbs up button if you're watching along on YouTube. We greatly appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, Bulls fans. Make sure you are subscribed to the CHGO Sports YouTube channel. And speaking of subscribing to things, if you aren't a diehard at CHGO yet, what are you waiting for? Come on. Sign up. There's perks on perks on perks. Benefits, free stuff, discounts to stuff. You know what you get when you sign up for the diehard package, right? You get a free shirt, anyone you want, from the CHGO merch locker. Then every time you shop our merch after that, like this dope-ass Nux hoodie I'm wearing tonight, 20% off every time you shop. Discounts to many of our events, including our CHGO Bears tailgates, which we have another one for this Sunday. Bears Raiders, noon kickoff, bright and early. Our CHGO Bears crew will be out there. Plenty of Goose Island, plenty of barbecue, plenty of one of our new beverage sponsors, Olipop, those delicious healthy sodas. They're going to be coolers,
Olipop.
Plenty of icy beverages, and the other cool thing about our tailgates, giving away gift certificates to X Golf.
Give it away now?
Give it away now. Oh. Anthony Kiedis in the building. You might be familiar with X Golf. If you're not, it is indoor golf. It's like all the rage these days. There's an awesome location in Wrigleyville. There's also tons of them scattered through Chicago suburb area. And hanging out with us at our CHGO Bears tailgates are reps from X Golf. And one lucky winner at our CHGO Bears tailgates will get a $200 gift certificate to any of those X Golf Chicagoland locations.
Guess you got to
go take your friends, have a good time doing some X Golf in Chicago, in the surrounding suburbs.
That's amazing.
$200 gift certificate giveaway, courtesy of X Golf, at our next Bears tailgate this Sunday.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
What are you waiting for?
Come on through, man.
Sign up. Be a diehard.
Yes.
You know why. What are you waiting for?
Come on.
Follow Dave on Twitter, BAWL Sports. I'm Bulls_Peck. We are CHGO_Bulls. You know our guy Will the Goat is at Will_Gottlieb.
Yeah.
He and our guy Mark K, MK Hoops,
Yeah.
have a fresh Bulls HQ tomorrow to lead y'all into your weekend, 5:30 Central Time. Stay tuned for that.
Wait. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Your Twitter handle, sir?
At Wells 15, Kevin.
There it is. Shout out to our guy Kevin Wells holding it down in the producer's chair tonight. Always a
he is.
pleasure, sir.
Always.
Sorry for fumbling the game time app. Can
Hey.
we actually restart the show and do that again?
Oh, no.
Okay.
You got to go camping, man.
If it weren't 10:41, I'd say yes.
It was 9:41,
Dude, I
no,
am
he
jacked and juiced about Julian Phillips. I could talk Bulls for another hour right now. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, Bulls Nation. We will talk to you next time. For you late night owls, CHGO Blackhawks still on deck.
Oh, yeah.
Those late night puck drops,
yes.
they will be here for you. Shout out
Yes, they
Jay,
will.
Greg, Mario.
Yeah.
Here for you Blackhawks fans tonight. We'll talk to you Monday. Have a great weekend.
Oh,
Tailgate.
we close.
T-Red be good. Preseason's
Oh,
over. Bring
stop.
on the real stuff.
Give me the stuff. Let's go.
We all silly like the mayor.